Alright, welcome back for episode 34 of this Let's Play as the Turks. So, public order's alright. I need to deal with Chernigov. So I'm one turn away from having my reinforcements to head over there. And then I just recently trained up some guys to bring into Sinai. And let's see, a Turban horse and some urban militia. Ooh, money doesn't look good. Okay, that's something I gotta keep an eye on. Wow, that's probably the lowest I've ever seen. I forget if it's possible to go negative in this game. Okay. Taxes in Sinai are on very high. Now, if I recall correctly, what I was wanting to do is push back on this, but man, they have some elite troops. They've got, what was that they had? They got like a Grand Cannon, a bombard crew. They got all these chivalric sergeants and Pavis crossbowmen and whatnot. Unfortunately, a lot of my army is still somewhat basic with standard spearmen and archers and things like that. I have enough to hold here, but can't get overly confident with pushing out back into Egypt. So we're good there. One turn away from here, and then I believe I started training ships somewhere. Maybe it was in Lithuania. So that'll be for a turn away. I can move some guys out of here, but given how much of a problem this place has been historically keeping public order, I'm gonna hold off on that. Novgorod, we're at 200%, so even if there's a major problem, I think I could probably get rid of, say, like 2 squads here. See if anyone's low on loyalty. These guys are somewhat, everyone else is pretty good. Okay, we're still at 178. So what I'm looking to do here, because of the financial situation, is just cut costs in very small ways. And when I'm disbanding troops, I prefer to find guys that have lower loyalty. That should be fine for now. Poland, Hungary, France, Papal States. Poland, Hungary. Poland's down to 1 province. France, Papal States. Bring this back up. I have some troop recruitment that's going to get disrupted because of the lack of funds available, but just going to have to accept that. These guys. Holy hell, look at that. I should have gave this guy a title. Get rid of them. Pretty sure I moved everybody I wanted to. Seeing rebel provinces makes me want to invade. They have so, holy shit. There's like 20 squads of urban militia here. That is pretty interesting. So it looks like these provinces can be active, because I'm getting attacked out of Pereslav. Pereslavl, however you pronounce that. Pereslavl. So that should be all I want to do for this turn. I'm really in a weird situation because I'm trying to stabilize down here. And I want to push on this front, but anywhere I strike out of, I'm going to be leaving myself open to a counter strike, and then there's just going to be more vulnerable territories that I don't have reinforced. So right now I really want to stabilize on the southern front and push back the French and kind of wear down their forces so that they can't just sweep in with more reinforcements and push me back. And then I want to reprioritize pushing over here against the Hungarians. Yep, not too surprised there. Fuck, I didn't click start on my stopwatch. Okay. I could have sworn I checked public order before that happened, but it's only one small squad of guys, so we'll deal with that. That's about to fall. Okay, I gotta send my reinforcements to Chernigov. Some basic construction got done there. So what is this? This is just feudal sergeants and excuse me, archers. So we will send. Okay, they didn't come in. So we're gonna reinforcements from here. I might as well cancel some of these other guys that I'm recruiting because by the time they're completed, they're not going to be able to get in and reinforce. So we'll cancel these. Where else? Here, and should be enough to deal with these guys. I hope. They got gunpowder units and some strong swords, but numbers, we should be good with just the numbers I've got. So the thing is, now I got Counter-Strike because they're just starting to pump out guys. I'm gonna have to take this province and just maintain it and just accept the fact that it's gonna be a sunk cost. Because otherwise the rebels are just gonna continue producing here. It's just ridiculous seeing this province that doesn't do jack shit, no resources, no tradable goods, and such low income have a freaking citadel built up. That's kind of funny, especially when it's next to a high value province like Kiev or something like that, and it's just sitting at a lonely keep. So anywho, we'll see what happens there shortly. So I want to lower the taxes here, and this is what I was talking about. You see the public order dip back down here in Livonia. I was mentioning that in the previous turn, but that's been going on for a while now. I'm gonna stick to only training one ship over here, just because of how tight finances are. And looks like we got some more reinforcements that I was training. In fact, these are probably guys that I meant to send down to Sinai. What else did I do that in other provinces? Moldavia, Khazar here. Okay. All right, so that's a good reminder. Seeing that place on low taxes is a reminder for me to check everywhere. I can do this fairly quickly. Okay. I think everywhere else should be fine. I'm not going to bother with the top right of the map. So that being the case, Syria, is that okay public order? Wrong button. So we'll just dismiss one squad of guys. They have good piety and dread. I still am not completely sure whether or not an individual unit's stats, such as this guy's piety and dread, are affecting the zeal or the what else? Public order, loyalty, things like that within the province. There's only the lord or the titled individual, but so given my numbers here, what I am thinking is that next turn we push back. So we got 2, 4, 6. We'll have about 6.5 full stacks. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got some reinforcements, but we have a superior general. We got a 6-star, and I think this guy's a 7-star. And despite their troop quality, I think I can win that. Especially when they don't have any really big defenses or anything. So that is going to be... Next turn we'll push out. You know, I wonder if I should start dismissing ships. Either that or expanding my sea presence. Like, having 3 boats in some of these places is not necessary. I think I just start moving forward. And if I'm expanding in the areas, I'll keep 2 ships in each of these areas. If I'm expanding in the areas where I don't need to be, I'm kind of losing my train of thought as I'm figuring out what I want to do here. And I can start doing more dismissing, but right now, do they have a port here? They do not have a port. So the only place that the Hungarians can produce navy that's going to threaten me is in the Ligurian Sea. The Ligurian Sea. So what I can do is stack up my Bagalas here and just have like 4 of them, say, because there's no way they can train more than 2 or 3 ships at a time. If they just happened to produce 3 ships all at the same time here, that's not even possible because they only have a shipwright in Genoa. So I think like 3 Bagalas here in the Ligurian Sea will keep me in a safe place with my navy, and then everybody else I can start moving down this way. Now the problem is, because these are all owned by the French, I don't think I'll get trade for any tradable resources I have because we're at war. So is pushing my navy further out even worth it? I'm not 100% sure. But I might as well start spanning out there and just see what happens if there's any change in my income. Just because I don't fully understand that dynamic. Now, let's just end this. Yep, okay. Same problem. So strapped for cash. Okay. I'd be curious to know what the strategies are for playing these expert campaigns. I'm sure there are people who have cheese type strategies where they know exactly what unit type to build and all sorts of other different little novelties of the game for how to optimize your performance. But sometimes I feel like figuring out all the little details takes a little bit away from the experience. Like, I've seen people playing, say, some of the Warhammer games, and when they're, say, sieging a settlement, they do these little strategies where they run their units along the side of the map, and then along the inside of the wall, so that the towers never have the ability to shoot against them just because of the limits on their, I don't know, their vision of where they can fire. And there's all sorts of little stupid stuff that you can do to abuse the AI and whatnot in these games. But I feel like it takes away from the experience. There's probably some non-cheese type stuff that I could be doing in here that I'm not realizing, just through understanding different game mechanics and whatnot. But I'm not aware of any site where they've got like information compiled about different game mechanics in here, so just playing as is. Hopefully there's no one watching me play through this and they're like, you're supposed to be doing this and that, and getting triggered over my play style. I know that Some people are very particular about watching streamers and things like that, and how they play the game, especially if it's one that the person's into themselves and they understand at a deeper level. Alright, so public order is mostly good. I almost want to just throw a squad of guys in here and just take some losses just for the sake of slowing down the expansion of that army. Another peasant getting a title over here. Man of the people. Actually, we'll train one, we'll retrain one. See, those are normal taxes. Alright, Moldavia is now at very high public order, so we can send one of these guys over to Chernigov to help out with that. Bulgaria is in a similar situation. I think we just disband here. I feel like I was training something. Did my boat construction still didn't start? Looks like I got some good money from taking Pomerania. And now we want to give a title here. Man, we got some really strong generals. Good enough club with this guy. I don't think I have any peasants left in the... Oh, I do. Okay, we'll recruit some more. Maintain public order. We'll get some income related stuff. Throw the taxes up here. Alright, 1111. So I got a decent income here, and then Prussia, bring that back up. I wonder if we got any Aleems in places I don't need them. Carpathia is about 90%. We have a mosque there. I can send this guy up to Prussia. Hungary's doing decent. Diplomat on the way. Alright. I wanted to push over here, so let's do that. I almost forgot to move these guys before the term was over. So that's like, yeah, it's a pretty good amount of forces. Still got a good public order here. In fact, I can probably throw... I mean, this is really, you know, super small detail. We'll probably send one more guys. Now, the thing is, what if I lose this? And on the off chance that I do, I'm going to start training some more troops to send in. One guy who can punch through armor. I think they've got a good amount of armor troops, so I get some urban militia. So I'm going to get just a couple squads worth of guys trained in some of these provinces nearby, so that next turn I can send some more troops into Sinai, just in case I lose this. They don't have boats spread out, so they're not going to be able to send reinforcements within one turn over to Egypt outside of the guys that they have here. And Serenesia, how do you pronounce that? Everywhere else looks pretty stable. I almost want to send a squad of guys from Poland into Silesia, but you see the Hungarians built up their border. They basically had the same thing I have. They've got 3 full stacks of guys in each of these provinces. And so if were I to strike out, they could either reinforce and destroy my invading force, or they could counter-strike into Poland, which is a more valuable province than Silesia. So until I have gotten my income stabilized and been able to relocate some of my forces from the south into the north, we're going to be kind of just doing the school prom thing and staring at the person across from us here on this border. Alright. Come on, let's take back Egypt. This whole battle is just going to come down to the difference in command, probably. Holy shit. they have so many bishops in there. That is insane. Okay, so they're backing out. Jeez, do I need to send some Aleems over here? I don't know if that's going to become a public order problem eventually. So they backed out. Got my navy I want to reorganize. Let's see. 2 ships, 3 Bagalas. Got 3 Dows I can move forward. More here. Combine these guys and push forward here. Got Bagalas in Gibraltar. Alright. And this is going to fall in 2 turns. Now I want to drop that public order back, or not public order. I want to drop the taxes back down there, because the chance of me forgetting about managing that province, and then over time that massive wave of bishops converting some of the public and altering the loyalty there is enough that I don't want to keep it on very high. So we'll bring these guys forward to reinforce, and then I'll probably make my rule that I want to keep a strong general and 5 full stacks in Egypt going forward, and then the rest will come up this way. And that may change over time depending on what the French have available to them, but they don't have any other enemies, so all of their income is just going to be going into sustaining their force that they're attacking my southern border with, unfortunately. So I just got to deal with that. Yeah, projected income is still only 800. So send some more reinforcements over here. They're building. Yeah, they still got a decent amount of troops. I wonder if I go, when I finish up with the French, I wonder if I bring troops up there and deal with Pereyaslav. I forget the name of this damn. Pereyaslav. That's how I was pronouncing it. Maybe I deal with that before I come over here, because it seems like this is just going to turn into a headache where they can constantly choose if they want to attack in any of these provinces bordering, and I'm just going to have to always be dealing with that until I take control of that. Do I risk? You know what? I think I should risk something here. In terms of public order, what I think I'm going to do is just, I'll do this on the next episode, because I'm seeing that I'm at, my stopwatch is at 18 minutes, and I know I started recording late, so I'm probably over 20 at this point, but I'm going to turn my taxes up to high in most of my provinces. Not very high, but just high, and see how much of a difference that makes in my income, and then I'll kind of have a sense of opportunity cost. Do I want to do that and risk the public order backlash? And that way I can support more of a force to push here. I'm thinking that might pay off. Maybe I went too far with bringing everything down to normal. Anyways, that'll be for the next episode. So we took Egypt back. Basically, this will be ours in 2 turns. And we got Pomerania, which is a nice, decently high-valued province. Still only got a 4 territory border against the Hungarians. And the sea is pretty well under our control. We'll take out some French boats when we've got our ships all set, and that'll be that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.